Okay, guys, welcome to a new Ziggy. Turn off. Okay, guys, welcome to a new video. Yes, I'm going to talk about, again, make a better review for Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Yeah. So, this is my review. I said that already. Gonna stop. Overall, I really loved it. I have one flaw, but the movie was great. I thought it was very tight. Uh, the characters were good. They were very great, fun, very cute. And Kong's character arc was great. Overall, it was just a great movie. Godzilla was badass in it. It's just a great movie. It's a really good movie. Now, I'm going to go into more specifics. I have notes, and I want to talk about, first off, the great visual effects. I don't know how they did it, but this movie has a $135 million budget, the lowest of the MonsterVerse. I have no idea how that's possible. It's insane how they did that. I just find that to be crazy to me. How they did that. The visual effects look so great for the budget that they had, and it's really good looking. So, man, my talking is very weird sometimes, but I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, the visual effects look great, and I love it. I loved the way it looked. It was very colorful. Hollow Earth was awesome in it. There are tons of great monsters. Just a really great looking movie. Now let's go talk about Kong's character arc. Kong. He is the most developed kaiju character of all time. There, I said it. He has a full-on character arc in this movie. It is insane. Kong is basically trying to find more of his kind, and it is sad, but somehow he finds a point in the Hollow Earth and finds Zuko, which is a cute Kong. And yeah, at first, Kong actually, there are other Kongs that are with Zuko. Basically, Kong whooped their asses with Zuko as a bat. It was crazy. That was insane. And it was very emotional seeing Kong's character arc and seeing him be happy at the end of it. It was just it's awesome how they did that. We finally have a Kong series where he doesn't die in one movie. He actually lives for a long time. And I love that. That is awesome. And I hope they do that for future incarnations of the Kong character, because I don't know, man. I just think having him die in every movie, it just gets it's not cool. It's not cool. It gets very boring.
Later.
But yeah. Kong's just great in the movie. So there's that. Godzilla versus Scylla. The very first scene with Godzilla where he's in Rome. He fights Scylla, and I have to say it is really good. Godzilla basically beats the shit out of him or her. I'm not sure what Scylla is. But Godzilla definitely kicks her ass, and he fucking shoulder slams her like fucking Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. It was insane. And he threw Scylla and jumped on top of her. Scylla wrapped her tentacles around Godzilla's face, and then Godzilla breathed atomic breath down her throat, basically a reference to the kiss of death from Godzilla 2014, the end kill of that movie. Um, and yeah, it's brutal and awesome, and I love it. Um, it was really awesome. Now the villains, Shimo and Scar King. Um, Shimo, I was right. I didn't really say it to anyone, but this is just what I thought. I thought before when I saw like the leaks and stuff that Shimo was probably going to be tragic, and I was right. She was mind controlled. She was taken advantage of, and Scar King totally mind whooped her, mind raped her, and it's really sad, man. It is really sad.
5 minutes
Uh,
later.
yeah. But yeah, but basically, like, Scar King is really good. He is scary. He is what I expected, just a dick. Just a really annoying prick. And I love that. I love how he's like the Joker. I love how he's like the Joker of the Godzilla of the MonsterVerse now. The Joker to Kong and the Ghidorah to Kong. It is so good. So cool that Kong has such an iconic villain now. Um, it's awesome. The fight scene with him and Kong in the Hollow Earth when they're in that cave area where the Kongs are, like trying to like working their asses off and stuff and being enslaved. Kong fights Scar King there, and it is really good. It's a really good fight. I loved it. It was really brutal. Scar King got his ass kicked though at first, but the coward that Scar King is, he uh, he uses Shimo to beat Kong, and she freezes him so bad that his arm gets numb from all the frostbite. So Kong escapes with Suko, and they escape, and it's very tragic. I was on the edge of my seat. Kong and Suko uh, escape with their lives. Escape with their lives. Suko basically saves Kong by dropping rocks on the other Kongs. For some reason, Kong sets traps, and it's really cool though. It's crazy. I said it's crazy a lot, but it's true. Um, Kong set traps like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and basically the other Kongs. Kong was surrounded after he got chased after the Shimo battle when he got frostbite. Of course, you guys probably know that. He got surrounded by these Kongs, but he figures out that that's where the trap is, and there's like this rope and there's rocks on each side of the top, whatever it is, and there's rocks in some place that will fall over if they trip on it, and basically they don't fall for it. And Kong's just like, I'm gonna fight you guys. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go out banging. And basically, as the Kongs are about to get Kong, as the Kongs are about to get our main Kong, Suko pushes the rocks from the cliff above them, from the trap, and traps the Kongs. And I will get into this. I think all of the Kong designs look great. I think they look awesome. I am a really big fan of how they portrayed these weaker Kongs that are sadder and makes their basically there's this one scene where this Kong is struggling to pick up a rock because they're enslaved, so of course they're gonna move rocks and stuff, right? Basically, the ape, this Kong, is struggling to carry it, and then Kong comes over and basically helps him up. Like the Kong falls over, and our main Kong, King Kong, comes over. The future King Kong comes over, lends a helping hand, helps him up. He's that weaker Kong is very thankful, and and man, that Kong. There's just this bad ass Kong that is a wuss, basically. He comes up to Kong like, "What did you? Oh, what do you think you're doing?" Basically that. He's like, "What? What do you think you're doing? You're not in charge." And basically Kong, but all in growls, of course. And basically Kong, our main Kong, the future King Kong, punches him in the face. It was brutal. He goes down knocked out. It is very awesome. So funny. Really cool. Uh, and yeah, just the Kong designs looked great. It was awesome. Now, Suko is a great character. I loved Suko. I think he is the highlight of the movie because he in the final battle, and I'll get to this. Suko is great though. He's cute. The first time he meets Kong, again, I think I said this. Kong used him as like a bat to beat up other Kongs, and that was pretty funny. And he just has a bunch of other scenes where there is like this one scene where he basically tries to kill Kong, where he leads them to a lake to basically as a cover up, like they're just gonna drink there, but really he is like, there's a monster in that lake. If that monster kills Kong, I can escape. So he does that, but it doesn't work. Kong kills the monster, and they have lunch, and it's a cute scene. Kong basically feeds Suko, and it's really cute. There's that. And now Mothra is back. Mothra is back. I love Mothra. It's great that she's back. I'm very happy. Uh, the way she was resurrected was odd. I'm not sure how it completely works. She, I don't know. She just appears in thin air. Basically, it's like Mothra is linked with Skull Island. Basically, the whole origins of the Kongs is that the Kongs and Godzillas were peace. They were piecing out, piecing together. And guess what? Scar King came in. And guess what he did? He started a Titan War.
What?
Pretty crazy.
What the fuck?
Yes. And Godzilla imprisoned him and the other Kongs in this hollow earth cave. And that's how Kong finds Scar King, because he accidentally opens the cave. So that's that. But Mothra, I think she's like a protector of Skull Island, and she wasn't really there in Skull Island, so I'm not sure how that works. But she was a long protector of Skull Island, but somehow they were separated, I guess. I don't know. Basically, but somehow Mothra and Skull Island are linked. And Gia is basically the chosen one, since she is. I don't like how they do this. They retconned Kingdom Kong for some reason, and they made, again, like they did that in Godzilla versus Kong, where Gia was like the last one in whatever was the last one on Skull Island during the storm, which wasn't how they explained it in the comics in Kingdom Kong. And basically, she's like the chosen one because she's from Skull Island. And she's basically a Mothra twin. Without the other twin, of course. I'm just thinking in like the third movie or something, they're gonna have another twin. And they're gonna totally retcon Eileen. I bet they're like the Chen sisters. I bet they'll I think they'll still be characters in the MonsterVerse somewhere. but they're just, I feel like they're gonna set up that they're not the Mothra twins anymore, and they're gonna break that tide, which is weird. Don't know why they're doing that. But basically, Gia somehow resurrects Mothra, and she aids Godzilla and Kong into battle with Scar King, and basically, it's really good. I think the final battle, basically, Kong, he gets back to the Mothra, like the Mothra resurrection place, whatever it's called, and Kong and Zuko's carrying Kong, and basically Kong gets knocked out. He's like all sad. He said in sign language, I lost my home. And somehow they have this whole thing where there's this gauntlet, like this beast glove, somewhere in, I don't know, 500 feet away or something. And basically Trapper had to get it. And basically they just put the gauntlet on Kong's arm, the main Kong, the future king of the Kongs. And he is basically, it cures his frostbite somehow. And Kong is badass. He's ready to go. Shia tells him to get Godzilla to help. And basically Kong does that. Goes to Rio de Janeiro through the Hollow Earth portals. And Godzilla is not fond of seeing Kong. So he goes after Kong and beats him up. And basically the rematch between Godzilla and Kong goes to Godzilla again. But Kong does kick his ass a little bit. Like, it's a pretty cool fight. It's a pretty cool fight in Egypt. It is awesome. I'm not sure if it's in Rio. I'm not sure about that, but okay. It's in Egypt. That Kong and Godzilla battle is in Egypt. And basically they're fighting. Kong throws sand on Godzilla's eyes, and it's really funny. It was a really good fight. And yeah, I thought and basically Godzilla kicks Kong's ass, and basically they set up that Kong and Godzilla, if Kong gets up, Godzilla's like, you're fucked. Okay, you do not get up here. That's how that works. And basically Godzilla was about to kill Kong, and then Mothra comes in with her God rays. And basically
2,000 years later.
Mothra helps the two, Godzilla and Kong, fight. They go back to the Hollow Earth. Godzilla meets up with Mothra again. It's all good. Godzilla and Kong become friends, and they go into the Hollow Earth to fight Scar King, who has entered the Mothra resurrection pad. And guess what? They are destroying the place. Somehow the Iwis make it so the gravity's weird, with like the two. There are like these two pyramids. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but like it's really hard to find pictures on the internet. But basically, these two pyramids. I think how it works is that when they touch, it makes this effect that basically makes it so the gravity implodes or something. Basically, Godzilla, Kong, Scar King, and Shimo are flying around. Mothra, of course, is there, webbing up other Kongs. It was great. It was a fun battle. Then they somehow go to Rio de Janeiro. Godzilla and Kong team up to fight Shimo and Scar King in Rio. And they're fighting, they're getting their asses kicked. Actually, both of them kind of are. And Zuko comes in with Kong's axe, which Kong accidentally left in the Hollow Earth area. Kong grabs it. Somehow Scar King controls Shimo with his whip, and there's this tip at the end that is like the trigger that the trigger that controls like the
2,000
I'm
years
talking
later.
really weird. Uh, it's like it's like this crystal at the end of the whip that basically like controls Shimo, and it's really tragic and sad. And I went over that. Basically, Suko comes in. The real fight was awesome. I thought it was really well done. It was really crazy. The Hollow Earth battle was crazy too. But yeah, the Hollow Earth battle was crazy too. But I definitely loved the city battle more. I thought it was very action packed. The other Kongs were in the Hollow Earth fight, and they were like helping out Scar King. Basically, Scar King brought an army to the Mothra resurrection pad, and uh, yeah, and basically that's how the fight happened. There were
5
other
minutes
Kongs there,
later.
and Mothra fought those Kongs, while Godzilla and Kong fought Godzilla and the main Kong, who, who will become the future king of the Kongs. They fight Shimo and Scar King, the false king of the Kongs. And yeah, uh, that fight was awesome. And Mothra webs up some Kongs, like I said before. But back to the real fight. It was awesome. It was really good. And basically, Godzilla and Kong defeat Shimo and Scar King. And I actually know. What happened was actually Suko destroyed the crystal, Scar King's crystal, with Kong's axe. And that frees Shimo. Basically, Kong gang up on Scar King. And basically, Shimo does one of the final blows where he freezes Scar King, and Kong basically jumps up and crashes Scar King on the ground, and then he just beats on his body, shattering his whole body. Shimo's redeemed. He's cute. I love how when Godzilla are beating up I love it how Godzilla and the future king of the Kongs are beating up Scar King. Shimo's just watching, like, what do I do? And then she's like, oh man, this is my chance to get revenge and be a friend with the Kongs. Basically, she freezes, like, that whole thing happened. The whole Shimo freezing Scar King happened. And yeah, basically, Kong goes back to the Hollow Earth with Shimo, and it's all good. Like, Kong's the new king of the Kongs. He is the current king of the Kongs now. They're peaceful now. Godzilla, and then Godzilla fights Scylla in Rome, and there's this cute scene after Godzilla kills Scylla with the kiss of death, where, guess what? Godzilla sleeps in the Roman Colosseum. It is so adorable, and at the end of the movie, they call back to that, where the evolved form now is sleeping in the Roman Colosseum, which before he didn't really, he wasn't the evolved form at the beginning of the movie, so he was still normal Godzilla. And throughout the movie, Godzilla is basically trying to prepare for Shimo and Scar King somehow, because he knows somehow. And basically he goes to France, destroys a bunch of nuclear, reactors, sucks on the radiation. It looks really cool how Godzilla is sucking on it. Like, he basically inhales the radiation fumes, and it's kind of like how Gamera sucks up fire in the Showa Gamera movies, and I really like that. I thought that was really cool. That was a kind of a cool reference to that, if it was a reference. Basically, it's like the cool military battle scene. Godzilla destroys that place and fights the military. The French Army theme by Tom Holkenborg in this movie is great. I think that's my favorite song in the soundtrack. That that whole part of the song was awesome. Really great version of the military theme for Godzilla. It's a really good version of the military theme song of the Godzilla franchise. And Godzilla basically destroys that place, and now we're going on to the cons. Basically, the ending of the movie was that Kong and Shimo are besties. Shimo is now Kong's pet, and Kong rules the Kongs, like I said before. And Godzilla's laying in the Roman Colosseum again, but with his evolved form, and it's really cute. And Zuko is now fully Kong's son, and it's all adorable and stuff. Now onto the stuff I didn't like. Like I said before, the French, like Godzilla attacking the French nuclear, like reactor place. Basically, there's this scene. There's a monster that returns that is awesome, and I'm really happy about it. Named Tiamat. She was from the comics. She was from Godzilla Dominion in that comic. And man, they did her dirty in this. Godzilla is power hungry. Godzilla is desperate, basically. He is like, I got to evolve to kill, like whatever Shimo is. And basically, Godzilla goes up to Shimo's house. Goes up to Tiamat's house and basically kicks her out. He goes to the Antarctica like place, and Tiamat lives in Antarctica. Godzilla goes there, kicks Tiamat out of that iceberg prison thing, kicks her ass. Tiamat just like fights Godzilla. She doesn't care, and Godzilla just kills her. She explodes, and her body parts float up, and it's really sad. I don't know why they killed her off like that. She was so cool. They could have done so much more with her. They could have had her team up with Godzilla in like a future movie. It sucks that she died. Though I do think she will probably be in Monarch. That's one of my guesses. But yeah, the Godzilla versus Tiamat fight scene, it looked cool. But I don't know. That was my one problem, was that Tiamat was too cool to die. And I think that sucked. But overall, I loved the film. I think I would probably give it
Later.
an 8 out of 10. I think that's a good thing, and it's definitely my second favorite MonsterVerse film. Godzilla King of the Monsters is still my favorite, but basically how I would rank these movies is Godzilla King of the Monsters is number 1. That's the best movie in my opinion. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, is number 2. Godzilla vs. Kong is number 3. Okay. Skull Island is number 4. I didn't have this part scripted. Basically, Kong Skull Island is number 4. Godzilla Monarch is number 5. Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I actually liked that show a lot. And Godzilla 2014 is number 6. Yes, that one's my least favorite of the MonsterVerse. Okay. Godzilla 2014 is my least favorite of the MonsterVerse films. Yes. I feel like that movie was good. I loved it, but I don't know. I just feel like that movie is not as good as people say it is. Even though I do have a big soft spot for it, for Godzilla 2014. And basically, number 7, I hate to say it. I don't really hate to say it because that show sucks. Skull Island, the anime. This show was bad. That show's bad. That's my ranking of those movies. I'm not gonna go into the comics. I'll do that some other time with like a ranking or something. I'll do a full-on ranking sometime else, but that's just my movies and TV show ranking of the MonsterVerse. But yeah, I love the movie and I think it's great. And that's basically it, guys. That's my review. See you guys later, and have a great day.